Hey everybody, how's it going? Awesome, awesome. So I apologize for my appearance tonight. My wife and I like to roleplay Wolverine and Lady Deathstrike. She of course plays the part of Wolverine, which is weird because she's not Canadian. So as a kid, my goal in life was to become the Incredible Hulk. And I remember I got to high school and I was still pursuing that goal, and the guy in the house was like, "What do you want to do when you grow up?" And I was like, "I'm going to become the Incredible Hulk." And he was like, "We're going to put you down for chemistry." And I got to college and I found two very important things. One, the Incredible Hulk is in fact a fictional character. And two, the Incredible Hulk is a nuclear physicist and not a chemist, so wrong career path. But I didn't let that get me down. I was like, well, if I can't be a superhero, maybe I can be a supervisor. And then, I looked into that and realized I had to work my way up from visor to supervisor. I was like, this is ridiculous. So I dropped out of college and I entered a dark period of my life in which I got involved in Christian pornography. It's not as dirty as it sounds. It's mostly like tussling of the hair and fondling of the forehead. Some of the more hardcore performers did give each other Eskimo kisses, but I think I knew even then that God had a bigger plan for me. It was on the set of this one film where I was playing a pilgrim evangelizing the Indians. And, I met my friend Ruth. Well, her Christian porn name is Ruth. Her real name is Candy Chocolate Socks. You guys know her. Okay, I'll tell her to say hey. But she actually got me a job in this commercial for Victoria's Secret where we were like angels in lingerie, and you guys have probably seen it. I'm the really tall, androgynous one with mutton chops. But the people at Victoria's Secret were really happy with it, and they were like, we would like you to represent us at this international modeling conference in Detroit. Which I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but Detroit is like the hub of international modeling in Michigan. So I was kind of excited but very scared about this because I've never been outside the state of South Carolina. My understanding of other cultures comes completely from Street Fighter 2. I was like, are the Brazilians kind of electricity running through their veins? Am I going to be expected to fight a Japanese person? What's going to happen? But Wikipedia was able to help me out with some of those stereotypes. And then I was also kind of nervous because I've never been to Detroit, so I wanted to do some research. And I couldn't find any books, so I just rented movies set in Detroit. 8 Mile and RoboCop mainly. I knew there wasn't a rap battle happening on every street corner, but I was a little disappointed to find that there was no half man, half machine patrolling the city. One last thing that kind of disappointed was that I had to go by myself. Ruth could not come with me, so I was completely ruthless. I'm sorry, Candy Chocolate Socksless. I was very nervous about this whole thing because you had to do the whole walk across the stage, and I don't know if I told you this or not, but I was in the high school's Shy Club, which is for kids with speech impediments or just having a hard time talking to other people. And so they had one rule about Shy Clubs: you do not talk about Shy Club, write about it in your journal, diary. In my case, Huckleberry in the movie Trapper Keeper. There was one time in class, it got really intense because there was a shy-off. This guy and girl were really into one another. They could never say it, so they just kept staring at one another. The girls kept doing this, and the guys kept just looking over at her. It was so intense. It lasted an entire semester. I talked to the DJ before I got on stage, and he was like, "Don't worry, I got a good song for you." And it was Stone Temple Pilots' "Wicked Garden," as done by Enya. So it's really nice. It really helped me out. It's on their newest album, Enya Face. So it really helped me out a lot. But afterwards, I met some Hollywood agents. They were like, "We really think you could do movies, and we'd like to give you a couple scripts and still a little bit nervous about this, so I had to like go back and think of some of the exercises they taught us in Shy Club, where they talked about like just imagining something that you do enjoy doing. And one of the things I really enjoy is fan fiction, which I don't know if you guys know what that is or not. But like, let's say you like a TV show or a movie, but you just don't like the way it ended, or you wish another pair would have gotten together. So, like, let's say you like Sex and the City, but you wish David Hasselhoff had been in it and not Sarah Jessica Parker. I mean, who doesn't, right? Or, like, for me, I really like the show CNN. And they had this one story where they're like, in Somalia, people enslaving their own countrymen. And that was the end. And I was like, I don't like that. So I decided to write my own ending, where I was like, people enslaved by their own countrymen. Until Superman showed up and busted some heads in the name of truth, justice, and the Somalian way, which apparently includes enslaving their own people. Yeah. But the other thing I'm really into is the movie Driving Miss Daisy. With you guys have never seen it. It's about a black chauffeur played by Morgan Freeman and his employer Daisy, played by Jessica Tandy, and just sort of their friendship as it evolves from the civil rights movement into the 80s and then their eventual death. But I always wish that they'd had another adventure where like maybe they drove through a wormhole and wound up in the alternate universe where gladiatorial combat is a necessity of life. And maybe they had cybernetic implants. And I got some of it written right here. I'll share it with you. Sorry, hold a sec. Okay. As Hope looked into the ocular implant where Daisy's blue eye had once been, he could see somewhere amongst that mass of wires and sparking circuitry, the soul of his Daisy still resided somewhere deep in there. So stuff like that really helped me deal with the nervousness, and so I decided to read through the scripts, and like one of them was like a Black Eyed Peas biopic, which follows them from their humble days as an LA dance troupe to what we believe will be their eventual demise when they take a bad turn down a dark alley. And this movie, of course, is called It Was Supposed to Be a Good Night. And the other film is kind of your typical Odd Couple film. I mean, I kind of like it, but it's like I'm a New York stockbroker, and she's a half woman, half horse who pulls a carriage to New York. And I'm really good at my job, but she's really bad because the bottom half of her is human and the top half is horse. I live in a high rise, and she lives in a stable, and I'm always leaving that toilet seat up. There's one scene I'm kind of nervous about because like we have to share an apple, and just those teeth coming towards me just kind of scary. I don't know. I think it'd be cool. Like, I don't have anything against animals because I did tell you this, but I was actually raised by a family of squirrels. Like, they really helped me out. And I remember my squirrel dad got me a job working at this Christian toy factory. And my hands were like way too big to work with like, the actual action figures, but they let me do the voices for the pull the string action figures, So I got to do the Apostle Peter. And like, I had 3 lines, and like the first line was, I don't know who that Jesus guy is. And then the second line was, who's being crucified today? No, I don't know him. And then the third line was, whoa, that guy is totally being crucified right now. I feel bad for his followers, whoever they may be. And then I actually got to record a 4th line if you bought the deluxe action rooster playset, in which a rooster would crow and then you just hear me sob uncontrollably for about 5 minutes. It was really awesome. But, thanks guys, I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you all later.